What's up, my peeps? I promise that I don't have anything. So we're gonna get into this. What am I saying? Okay, I actually filmed some stuff before, but I obviously don't know how to use like the Windows game capture thing, so I'm figuring that out, and it didn't record anything that I was showing you guys. So I guess just a simple update. Things have been pretty crazy. I'm sure for a lot of you guys it has been also, with the stuff going on, and yeah, so it's just been kind of crazy. Somebody commented on my last video, they were asking about if they had a $210 budget, like what they would get. They're wanting to play Fortnite. I actually went to his channel, and pretty crazy like builder in Fortnite. I was impressed. So with that, I just thought, why not look into it a little bit? He said he was mainly going to be focusing on buying stuff on eBay, which I think is a good option. If you can, I would look at local markets first, just because like if you're buying a used PC and a budget build, that'll like just, you can find better deals locally, and a lot of the time they're one-off, right? So you're not going to see things consistently, or like the same thing over and over for the same exact price. But if you watch it and you watch it closely for a couple weeks, usually you can score some pretty good deals and save 20 bucks or so. And when your budget is $200, $20 is a lot of your budget, right? So with that, we're just going to look at like maybe what we could buy if we had about $110 or under that for a gaming PC on eBay. What would I go for? And just based on my knowledge, what would I go for? So let's see. What I would start off with, let's go to eBay. So, oh look, it saved my stuff. This is perfect. We can just go through this. So, this is what I would go with. So, first of all, there's this HP workstation. So this is an older workstation. It has a Core i5 2500 in it, 8 gigs of RAM, and then a 500 gig hard drive. So you were wanting 8 gigs of RAM and like 500 gigs of storage. With this, at this price, we should be able to add an SSD onto it. So you'll have a little bit more than that. And so with this, we're looking at about $80 for this computer. And it looks a little beat up. If you're willing to go with that, as long as it works, right? It says that it's in working condition, and it's tested. You have a 60-day return. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, at least me personally. A lot of the time people like to have warranties, because you definitely can get, you can run into trouble where like if something's not under warranty and it breaks and you spent all your money, there can be issues with that. But I love to use stuff, so to me it's an okay deal, and I'm kind of always okay with that risk, I guess. So that's what I would go with. You could look for other things. The reason I chose this one specifically, my first build that I started doing this with was in one of these, and the nice thing about it is that the power supply that comes in it is about 400 watts, and so with that you can get a little more into some of the mid-range GPUs. You don't have to stick with those GPUs that don't need like PCIe power sent to them. So that's nice. We can get into the territory of some things that are a little more powerful, and even a little more powerful than the GTX 1050 Ti, which can be expensive, especially on eBay. Like if we look that up right now, this is what I did before looking at this. A lot of them are around $100, more than $100, for a 1050 Ti, which in a certain situation maybe that's okay. Right now it's like maybe not the best option because you can get like a 1650 for like $140 on eBay. So, and you're getting a lot more performance for that. But anyways, that's getting off track. So I wouldn't exactly go with one of these, but what I showed in here, and looking into it, you can get an RX 470 for about $80, $82. There's some that are a little more expensive. If you want to go with like a 570, it's a little better. Those are about 90 is what I was seeing. But this seems like a pretty good option that I'd go with. And then just any SSD, I would go with that. Because that'll like just make your boot times and make your computer feel way faster, right? If you're not used to that. So even though it already has 500 gigs, I would definitely try to get a SSD with it. And prices on those have been going up a little bit, so you might have to spend a little closer to $30. And then, so that's practically your build right there. Then what I was saying before was, if you do go with this computer, any of these HP Z like 210, 220 workstations, you're gonna need an adapter, like a PCIe adapter. So it plugs into 2 SATA cables, and then that gives you like an 8-pin PCIe power cable that you can plug into the graphics card. The power supply doesn't come with a PCIe like plug, so you just need to be mindful of that. It's like $4 for an adapter, and that's what I used. Like I said, on my first computer, I had like an RX 560 in it, so maybe not quite as powerful, but I think that should work. And let's see, what else was I gonna go over? Oh, the price. So in total, this is like with everything's free shipping except the computer, and it had about $35 of shipping. So add $35 to this, it's like $195. So that's $15 cheaper than what you were wanting to go for. And what I would say is with that, maybe do a little more research if you wanted to, and see if you can find anything else that you would like to use that $15 for. Maybe you find a cheaper computer for $50 and you can put a power supply in that. That might be an option too. It's just a lot of looking for used parts is just looking at your options and figuring out what's the best, doing your research. That's like one thing I can't stress enough, is making sure to research things. So this isn't meant to be like, go buy this exactly, like all this stuff right now. Personally, I think it would be good for me, and for like my use case. I'm not like a crazy gamer, and so like some of the newer titles probably aren't going to run super well with an i5 2500. But if you're playing like Fortnite or like Overwatch, like this should get you up into higher frame rates on medium settings, and should be a pretty good experience in my opinion. But that's coming from a super casual gamer, so yeah. So like I said, it's not meant to be just like a cut and dry, this is what you should buy, but it's just kind of a looking at the options and showing like you, like there is a way to build something in your budget that should be usable for that use case. So I guess if you guys have any other questions or any suggestions or any things you think you would change or insight, feel free to leave a comment. Go ahead and subscribe too if you haven't. Like I said, I'm going to be posting a video about something special, another build, and I think you guys will like it. So this will be quick. I think I'm not going to edit it too much. Hopefully maybe I'll pick out some parts where I sound dumb, but that way it'll be a little faster and I can get onto editing the other video that I want to. But anyways, yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments, and peace.
Yeah.